Hello everyone. Welcome to In Conversation, our interview series for the PMFME scheme monthly e-newsletter. PMFME is an acronym for the Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme, a landmark initiative launched under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan by the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Government of India. To know more about the PMFME scheme, please visit www.pmfme.mofpi.gov.in. For queries related to the PMFME scheme, you can call on our helpline number 91-130-2281-089. To subscribe to our monthly e-newsletter, please click on the link mentioned in the description of this video. In this episode of In Conversation, we are interacting with Dr. A.D. Pathak, Director, ICAR, Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research, Lucknow. This episode is dedicated to Jaggery, our product in focus for this edition of the PMFME scheme e-newsletter. We will be having a discussion about various trends in the jaggery processing industry observed by Dr. Pathak, path-breaking research and innovations witnessed by him, and get to know his perspective on the future of this industry for aspiring entrepreneurs, especially at the micro-food processing level. If you wish to watch only a specific section of this interview, you can refer to the timestamps mentioned in the description section of this video. On behalf of the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, I welcome you once again to In Conversation. Before we talk about the world of jaggery, I would like to tell our viewers about today's guest, Dr. A.D. Pathak. Born on January 1, 1962, Dr. A.D. Pathak completed his graduation and post-graduation in agriculture in 1981 and 1983, respectively, from Narendra Deva University of Agriculture and Technology, Kumarganj, Faizabad. He obtained a PhD in genetics and plant breeding from Narendra Dev University of Agriculture and Technology in 1999. Dr. Pathak started his professional career in ICAR as the scientist specialized in plant breeding at ICAR Sugarcane Breeding Institute, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu on January 21, 1985. He also worked at Sugarcane Breeding Institute's regional centers located at Karnal and Motipur in Bihar. He joined ICAR, Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research, Lucknow, as scientist on January 27, 1998. He was selected as head Division of Crop Improvement at ICAR IISR Lucknow and worked there from 11 July 2011 to August 4, 2016. Dr. Pathak assumed the charge of the coveted and prestigious position of Director, ICAR IISR Lucknow on August 4, 2016 and holds the position till date. During his distinguished professional career, Dr. Pathak was associated in development of large number of sugarcane varieties including CO 92033, CO PANT 84211, COLK 8102, CO 89003, BO 120, CO 87263, CO 87268, CO 89029, COLK 94184, COLK 09204, and sugar beet variety LS6. He has published large number of research papers in reputed national and international journals. He has published 6 technical bulletins on sugar beet and 10 technical bulletins on sugarcane. He is member of 6 professional scientific societies. He is president of Sugarcane and Sugar Technologists Association of India. Dr. Pathak has been conferred with several prestigious awards including Dr. Punjab Singh Vishisht Vaigyanik Award by UP Academy of Agricultural Sciences, Excellence in Science Award by NISHTA, and Global Leader Award for Research by ICF&A. Dr. Pathak is a member of several important committees including ICAR Governing Body, Institute Management Committee of ICAR National Research Center on Integrated Farming, Piprakoti, Motihari, East Champaran, Bihar, Advisory Committee of UP CSR Shahjahanpur, Advisory Board of National Sugar Institute Kanpur, and Principal Member of Sugar Industry Sectional Committee FAD2. Dr. Pathak is a widely traveled man in India and abroad Dr. Pathak was instrumental in signing an agreement between IISR Lucknow and the Bihar government, which led the basis of the success story of breeder seed production in Bihar, improving the production quality and productivity of sugarcane in Bihar. Dr. Pathak also played an important role in arranging regular meetings of IISR scientists with the scientists of UPCSR, Shahjahanpur, and state agricultural universities and the officials of State Cane Development Department, sugar mills, and farmers for transfer of improved production technology, culminating into better crop yield and sugar recovery. With the sincere and concerted efforts of Dr. Pathak as Director IISR, Uttar Pradesh has achieved an unprecedented sugarcane productivity of 80.50 ton per hectare with sugar production of 12.64 million tons during the sugar crushing season from 2019 to 2020. Sir, thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule and interacting with us.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Before we begin and dive into the journey of Jaggery, I would also like our viewers to know about the Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research. ICAR IISR Lucknow was established by the erstwhile Indian Central Sugarcane Committee on February 16, 1952 for conducting research on both fundamental and applied aspects of sugarcane culture as well as to coordinate the work done on this crop in different states of India. On 1st April 1969, it was transferred to the Indian Council of Agricultural Research ICAR, New Delhi. Since its inception in 1952, ICAR IISR has been working towards the upliftment of cane agriculture in India and has made an indelible impression in the overall agricultural scenario of the country, leading at the forefront and helping farmers in transforming sugarcane agriculture in such a way that today India has become self-sufficient in sugar with surplus sugar export. Sugarcane farming in India has now become the livelihood of around 7.5 million of farmers, around 1.2 million of skilled and semi-skilled workers engaged in sugar mills and various ancillary industries, and around 4 million of farm laborers. The vision of the institute is efficient, globally competitive and vibrant sugarcane agriculture. The mission of the institute is the enhancement of sugarcane production, productivity, profitability and sustainability to meet future sugar and energy requirement of India. Basic strategic and adaptive research on production and protection in sugarcane and breeding for subtropical region of the country. Coordination and monitoring of applied research on national and regional issues to develop improved varieties and technologies, and dissemination of technologies and capacity building are the mandate and objectives of the institute. Sir, could you please tell our viewers about Jaggery and why it holds such an important place in our lives?
Jaggery is a traditional sweetener for Indians, especially, and it's being produced by evaporating water from sugarcane juice, and it's a very old sweetener in Indian context. If you see the Ayurveda and other sectors, it was being used in times immemorial. And if you see the sugar history, that sugar has come from 15th century only. Before that, everything was based on jaggery or khansari type of things. And Indian GDP was also very high before that 1500 century. And it was because that jaggery was being produced in India and it was being exported to different countries, from where it was refined and distributed to stakeholders. And at present, India is producing more than 26 million of jaggery, khansari, etc., followed by Brazil, which is producing only 16 million tons. And it has historical, mythological, and health importance in Indian context, or even in globally also.
What are some of the advantages of jaggery over common table sugar and honey?
Yeah. Sugar as sweet are its crystal, and its effect on the body is not sweet at all. If you see everything, and if you see the jaggery, it's a blessing for human health. from beginning itself, because in Ayurvedic medicine it was widely utilized for human health. And if you see the sector wise how it contributed, how it is contributing to human health, it's a sweetening agent with energy food. Means as it contains carbohydrate and gives energy after its oxidation. And second is the cleansing agent. By effectively clean the respiratory tracts, lungs, food pipes, stomach, and intestine, it also helps in giving relief for constipation also. And it's a very good digestive agent. Jaggery activates the digestive enzymes and itself changes the acidic nature and stomach, which speeds up for digestion. And sources of mineral, the basic importance of jaggery, that it is very good source of mineral, and especially all sorts of minor this trace elements are also available in the jaggery, and it's a very helpful for health point of view and boost the immunity also. Consuming jaggery can help to boost the immunity, which can prevent chances of falling sick also. And so many benefits are there from jaggery, like it enhances the metabolism also. It is related with the digestive as a digestive agent. And if you see the reason for our grandparents used to have bite of good or jaggery after taking their meals. Honey can also be a good choice as compared to sugar, but its quantum of production and need of entire population is very difficult, and its production is very less. Even the low production of honey cannot meet the sweetener demand of the country. And if we see the comparative nutritional profile of jaggery with sugar, and although sucrose is less 65 to 68 as compared to sugar, it's 99.5, and glucose is 10 to 15, while in sugar we don't have any such things. Water is there, protein 0.25%, then calcium is there, phosphorus is there, iron and copper and vitamin B and energy calorie is also there. Then sugar has only sucrose, nothing else. While jaggery has so many things which is helpful for health as well as building the body proper. And if we see overall scenario that when we were consuming more jaggery, at that time our health were better as compared to now when we initiated taking sugar in a huge quantity.
Sir, could you please talk about jaggery's importance from a nutritional standpoint?
Yeah. If a nutritional point of view we see, I will just give few values. We get 383 kilocalorie out of jaggery. Then sucrose is 65 to 68 grams. Fructose and glucose is 10 to 15 gram out of 1 kg. Then protein is zero point 0.5, zero point 0.4 grams. Iron 11 mg or 61% of the RDI. Magnesium 10 to 70 to 90 mg or 20% of the RDI. Potassium 1050. It's a very good source of potassium which provides immunity also, are 30% of the RDI, and manganese 0.2 to zero point 0.5. It's 10 to 20% of the RDI. And jaggery may also contain a small amount of vitamin B and minerals, which includes calcium, zinc, phosphorus, and copper. And it supplements the body for different nutrient requirements.
Sir, could you please tell us about the common adulterants in jaggery and various tests to identify adulteration in jaggery or jaggery-based products?
Yeah. In jaggery-based products, mostly adulterations are chalk powder they mix, metanyl aloe, hydrox, sagi, urea, or sugar it's being mixed. And we have testing procedure for everything. Like for chalk, after taking a small amount of jaggery solution, few drops of concentrate HCl if we put, we will get that chalk powder is mixed or not. Similarly, few drops of concentrate HCl is added to jaggery solution formulation for effervescence indices, and we can get the presence of chalk powder again. And similarly, we can get whatever is mixed. We are having technology, and basic is HCl, hydrochloric acid. Through that, we can assess the presence of metanyl yellow also if it gets the pink color. And similarly, we have different technology where we can get the presence of adulteration. But major adulteration is chalk powder.
Sir, could you please give us a broad understanding about the jaggery processing industry and interesting trends you have witnessed in all these years?
If we see before 15th century, everything was jaggery or khansari or local type of sweeteners. But gradually things have changed with the outcome of this presence of sugar. Before that, if you see, 100% of sugarcane was diverted towards jaggery. Later on, if you see 1930 or so, more than two-thirds of sugarcane in India was diverted towards jaggery. And now scenario has just reverted, only one-third is being utilized for jaggery production. In 70-71, if you see, we were consuming 58 kg of jaggery per year, while at present 10 to 11 or later on it has gone down to 25 kg only. This is one challenging issue, and we are having more than 30,000 jaggery and karsari industry in the India, and most of them are in UP and Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, and more than 25 lakh workers. They are semi-skilled type and growers also. They are being benefited from jaggery industry, and it's our nutritive sweeteners. Now things have changed. In last 10 years, what I am observing that when this status symbol was sugar, but now it has changed due to its nutritional importance, that jaggery is being preferred by the high society also. Earlier, when we were in the villages, it was being the utilization by the villagers only, and its cost was its rate was also very low as compared to sugar. When sugar, and now it is more than three times at some places the rate of sugar jaggery is being sold. And I think that jaggery has a very good potential, and I in future also its industry and people involved with this may flourish, and our population will also the will be benefited by its nutritive value. And my feeling is that if we maintain the quality, that cleanliness, no add mixtures, then we can produce much jaggery, and it can be utilized. I can cite few examples. In Ayodhya district in Uttar Pradesh, one entrepreneur, he is selling jaggery at the rate of 300 rupees. Even a few days back, I had seen in a paper that 5,000 rupees per kg jaggery is being sold by some entrepreneurs. It's a due to addition, value addition.
So, what are your thoughts about the scope for an aspiring entrepreneur at the micro food processing level in the jaggery processing industry? And what would be your prediction about the future of this industry?
What I feel that slowly our urban population is becoming very, very health conscious. In that context, jaggery will play a major role because sweetener consumption in India is very low as compared to developed world. If you see US and UK, they are consuming even more than 2 to 3 times more than us, and we are. That's why our most of the population in rural sector, even in urban sector, they are malnutrition. Problem is they are anemic. It's there. But if we use jaggery in our food and we make it a habit of taking jaggery, in different type of jaggery we can take, it will be very impressive. And I think this industry has much scope as compared to any other industry because it's a cottage industry and our farmers are linked with that. And I wish to cite one example that in Bihar, Champaran district, where Gandhi movements were uh, there used to be lot of sugar industry in after 19th century. In that, lot of sugar, but I don't know how all of them got closed. Now they used to send their cane to far factory, far from their cost of production. Then expenses were involved for transportation. Then we selected the three FPOs in Motihari district, and there three jaggery industry we have established through FPO. The farmer who were selling their sugar cane at the rate of 200 rupees, now they are getting 400 rupees per quintal. They are producing good quality jaggery, they are packing and selling it at the rate of almost 80 rupees per kg. What I feel that hygiene is must for production of jaggery, and value addition through some additional vitamin C and other things if we can add and make some new type of jaggery, it will be very impressive also, and industry will survive like anything. And agro industry has the maximum scope in Indian context.
That's actually a very interesting perspective that you had provided about the whole industry. And talking about the industry, the jaggery processing industry, how would you describe the contribution of the Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research to the jaggery processing industry?
Yeah. Although we know that jaggery is a very old commodity being produced in India, but Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research has worked a lot in quality jaggery production and saving of energy for producing jaggery. And we had a all India coordinated research project on jaggery and Kansari over here for more than 10 years. And we have developed technology for quality and organically produced jaggery in Indian context. And for different form of jaggery like liquid jaggery, granular jaggery, then cubes, then powder, so many things has been produced. And later on, we started using different uh, outside agent like vitamin C, vitamin D. It's from amla or vegetable sector, vegetable type of thing, vegetarian things we are using in our production, and it is health conscious, and it's supporting the anemic people and other things in the country. And with this, I think more than 10,000 industry with support of Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research has been established across the country. Because we had a ECRIP center at Anakapalli in Andhra and Telangana. They had also established so many units. We have a center in Maharashtra. That also, the more than 10,000 industry in which we are producing organic jaggery. Organic jaggery means only that sugar cane is coming from field and that processing is through organic means. And we are getting good quality jaggery, and even industries, they are getting high rate. Cost of production may not be more than 40 rupees per kg, but it can be sold at the rate of 100 or even 150. Even we had a farmers or entrepreneurs, they are selling jaggery at the rate of 300. And this industry has better scope, and ISR has contributed for sensitizing people for utilization of jaggery. And we had made lot of MOUs with several entrepreneurs, and we are supporting them technologically. We can't support financially, but technologically we are supporting, and it's being followed, and lot of industries has been established by the effort of Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research.
Sir, could you please tell us about the kind of jaggery-based research and development activities carried out at IISR and some interesting case studies that you have come across in all these years?
If we see the jaggery, we have to see in a holistic way that if it is utilized for food purpose, how it has to go. If it is to be utilized for confectionery, then how it has to be prepared. If suppose for biscuit industry or chocolate, that also it can be made out of jaggery. And now our focus is that amla we are adding to jaggery, and turmeric also we are adding to jaggery. That it's for boosting the immunity. In COVID period, we had seen, and our 4 or 5 entrepreneurs, they had produced about 10 quintals of powdered jaggery from mixing turmeric, and it was sold at the rate of 200 rupees per kg. That people were benefited by getting the immunity booster, and industry were benefited with the more income. And celery jaggery and so many things we are adding for boosting the energy level plus nutritive value and different sectors. And moreover, this institute is working on energy saving, that with the least energy how we can produce more jaggery. And in that 3 pan, initially we had 2 pan, then 3 pan, and now we are through some industrial support and some other things, 4 pan system is also coming. And again, pan are different. Below the pan, how we are managing that, we are putting some strips so that energy is conserved in that. That also it's working effectively, and with the least energy we are producing the maximum jaggery. This is our focus for future research activity, and we are getting success also in this. And if you see the 2 success story, one Sri Himanshu Gangwar, he is their farmer in Farrukhabad, and he has taken our technology, and now he is having his shop in different hats also, like Lucknow Hat is there in Uttar Pradesh. And in from our orientation and with our memorandum of understanding, and he has established very good unit, and so many type of jaggery he is producing, and even he is getting 500 to 600 rupees per kg in certain jaggery, and people are getting, and he is not able to supply, and profit is there. And one way what I feel, it's a social service also. If jaggery unit is there, so many people, they are getting employment directly and indirectly. And if we produce hygienic and quality jaggery with the value addition, then it will support the nutrition and our maximum population which is suffering. And in Bihar and UP, we are giving it into midday meals also, jaggery cube. And UP also, we are going to organize one jaggery mahotsav on 13th, 14th February this year. One more success story which is very important, that in one district, one product in Uttar Pradesh, 3 districts has been identified for jaggery, like Lakhimpur, Ayodhya, and Muzaffarnagar. These 3 districts, and in that also we are regularly going, meeting with the collectors and farmers, and developing the industry. And all the Krishi Vigyan Kendra located in these locations, we are putting this jaggery unit at their KVK so that farmer can come, see, and go ahead. And this was supported by RKVY of Uttar Pradesh. And at several places we have established through this network. And now we are planning to have a referral lab at Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research for ascertaining the quality of jaggery, which goes to final takers.
Like how you mentioned, providing support to various entrepreneurs and the success stories coming out of IISR. Could you please talk about the type of support and facilities provided to aspiring entrepreneurs at IISR?
Yeah. First, we are giving orientation and training at our institute to entrepreneurs, and we are making a 3-year memorandum of agreement technology and support for establishing of the jaggery unit, like machinery, design, installation we are taking, and then again training at the spot when the industry or the unit is established at point. And in this way, we are having initially 3-year MOA and proceeding. And when in 3 years it is well established, they themselves start changing their unit, that how to get more profit. This is happening. In last 20 years, what I had observed, lot of changes they themselves brought, even the quality of furnace and so many things.
Could you please tell us about the kind of branding and marketing support provided by IISR to its incubates, especially for Jaggery-based products? And also, could you
Yeah,
please share with us some success stories that have come about as a result of this support from IISR?
yeah. This one thing I would like to say that we provide guidance regarding importance of hygiene and HACCP and FSSAI, importance of ISO certification, selection and packaging of material. It's very important. That what type of packing material we use, and in this I would like to say one thing that with our support we have established a few units in Bihar. Actually, we started this work with the multipartite agreement. We brought NSC corporate fund. They gave money to establish the Jaggery unit. FPOs are there. They are having sugarcane growers. Then for marketing purpose, we established linkage with Patanjali. Baba Ramdev ji, he was also there while establishing the unit. Then whatever Jaggery is produced, he is buying with 80 rupees kg. And now time has come when farmers has to be entrepreneur. They themselves should be entrepreneur, and MSME and government of India is supporting like anything. And this is the period when our Indian agriculture is transforming also. I tell you that we had adopted 8 villages in Uttar Pradesh for doubling the farmer income in 2017. And now by 21 January, we have doubled the 2.2 time increased the income by technology intervention. And now this our marginal farmer and small farmers, they are getting more than 2.2 times income, while the big farmers, their income we could not increase more than 8 times because they had already technological support earlier. And what I feel that hygiene and quality has to be maintained in jaggery production. This is the basic thing, and next step would be the value addition. Different things that in dry fruits we can add. We can make chocolate, we can make biscuits, we can make syrups, and so many things.
Sir, since you have been in this field for such a long period of time, according to you, what are some of the mistakes that aspiring entrepreneurs often make or major aspects that they overlook?
Yeah, what I feel that initially they come with full enthusiasm, start their business, but in between they forget the hygiene, and second thing is that training to their staff. Although jaggery is being produced by even semi-skilled person, but their knowledge upgradation, their understanding for making following hygiene and so many things. COVID-19 has given us training that we have to be following the hygiene and so many things. But still, what I feel that basic mistake is that we focus on income. We forget the value addition and different things like hygiene, and how this, when we are producing organic, it should be organic only. We should not change different. Sometimes suppose some sector says that you add this chemical, it we will get very good quality jaggery. That should not be done. Major focus should be the mid-term training to workers. Although we are paying less, they are semi-skilled workers, but their training, their mid-term knowledge upgradation is essential.
What would be your advice for these young minds, these aspiring entrepreneurs who are planning to venture into the micro food processing industry, and
Yeah.
even specifically from the standpoint of venturing into the jaggery processing industry?
What I feel that there is no substitute to hard work and focusing the goal we target. But what I feel that our main thinking should be healthier India, and it is through hygiene, organically produced jaggery, value addition, proper packing, and packing's material should be such that it should not damage the environment and for future generation. Health of the people should be our major focus, followed by the income of entrepreneurs, because income will come if we follow the guidelines, good packing, quality jaggery if we produce. Because if we see the jaggery or sugar industry in Indian context, there is no industry where raw material comes at the doorstep of the industry. Because wherever any industry is there, they have to buy the material, then start their business. Here, raw material farmer is bringing at your doorstep. You prepare quality material and sell it, and within 10-15 days or so, you can give them payment. People are ready to accept this thing, because in sugar industry sometimes it takes time for payment, but in jaggery industry it's not there. Only what I feel, that healthier India concept should be in our mind, and quality jaggery, value added jaggery, if we prepare, it will be very good sector, and it has future scope in Indian context. Even we can export quality jaggery to different country. I had seen that the Indian jaggery in global markets also.
That's a very interesting point that you've brought, talking about a healthier India. With the immense experience that you have gathered over the period in the food processing sector and having been closely associated with the PMFME scheme, according to you, what are some of the areas that micro food processing enterprises need support with, and how do you think the PMFME scheme would be able to support micro food processing enterprises in those areas?
More emphasis should be given for training and awareing the people for this sector, and those who are using that advertisement is there. We should be focusing on quality and hygiene again, I will say, in this sector. And PM FME is really working for the social sector and for grooming the new entrepreneurs. It's a really very good thing what I'm observing. And awareness, and a type of a trademark system if we follow in jaggery production also, that if we making particular quality of jaggery, we should give something new to that thought. And training is must. Training, awareness, and proper advertisement, so that people are attracted towards that. Because it is not only helping the entrepreneurs only, that sugarcane growers are linked, then labor working on sugarcane field, they are also, their livelihood is also linked with that. Then different way if we see, it's really jaggery industry is going to contribute in Indian context by way of developing entrepreneurship, because we don't need much money for establishing such a this jaggery industry. It's a very medium type of investment it needed. At some places I had seen in 1 crore rupees, very good industry has come in Karnataka and other places, and it's a total automation, and hygiene is being followed. Then minimum hand touching, and with the proper hygiene we can have, and orientation to entrepreneurs, users, and linked people are also basic requirement for promoting this thing. And it's really working, it's effectively working in Indian context. And now lot of more than 30,000 industry has come, and they are contributing to Indian economy, farmers growth.
Sir, thank you so much for interacting with us and sharing your experience and insights about Jaggery and the Jaggery processing industry. I really hope our viewers would be inspired and would love to know more about the industry and for aspiring entrepreneurs who are planning to venture in this field. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank
interacting
you.
with us. Thank you
And
so much.
if anyone need any help, ISR is ISR will support in all sectors.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode of In Conversation, do leave a like and please feel free to comment. We would love to hear from you. Please do share this episode and help us to make these conversations reach out to everyone. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media accounts to stay updated with the latest information about the food processing sector. Links for the same have been provided in the description section of this video.